just now tuning in, hang around for a minute. We're going to do an up-close look, first impressions of this Rocky Mountain Chainsaw Ram's horn exhaust. Stay tuned. So as we just stated, this is the Ram's horn muffler, or the version of it by Rocky Mountain Chainsaw. I want to look at the welds up close, look at the materials, and talk about it a little bit. First off, to give credit to the intellectual originator, Buck and Billy Ray Smith, and then Morgan at Wild West Garage for the first rendition of this. This one is a little bit different. We'll talk about some of those differences and talk about the materials. So the original Ram's horn exhaust, this portion here is one piece out to a considerable distance, as this one is not. As you see, immediately out of the exhaust port, we had a small space, about 15 millimeters right here, and then you hit the individual pipes, and this is stainless pipe. And we see the bends. The bends are very nice, and the welds are very nice. We'll get some up-close footage of the welds and the welding. So to just kind of roll this thing around a little bit and let you see it from different angles. And then to get up close on it. Obviously, this is not robotic welded. This is done by hand. Actually, not having seen his process, more than likely he has a jig built and is doing this by hand, but his welds look very good. The cuts are very clean. The flanges, the interface, the fit up, everything looks very nice. There are no burrs or rough edges inside there. I mean, you can take it, it could be polished more so if you wanted to. There are some ledges and some bumps in there when you're looking at flow. These are currently being dynoed. This is for the 3 series. These are also available for the 5 series, 572, 592, 585. But the welds look very good. A few TIG tacks right here on the ears for the supports mounting to the saws. And he also has retrofitted Honda spark arresters for these pipes as well. These welds look very good. To speak on that just a little bit, I have over 3 decades of welding experience, commercial, industrial, and also I am a certified macro tech as well. Did that for several years as well. So I know welds when I see them. I know good welds when I see them visually. He has done a good job. Obviously, time and run time, heat cycles, things of that nature will tell the durability and the long lastingness of this work. This also comes with a exhaust gasket. So here is the supplied gasket. I do not know the origins of that gasket, but this is supplied as well. So at this point, obviously this saw is not what I would say husky spec. There are some things that are off with this saw. It's going to be obvious to some of you when you see what's going on. I have had to relieve this cylinder to clearance the top cover. So we had to do some work on our 5mm ball head in order to get this to clearance. So we've removed the top cover, and as we said, we had to do a little work there to clear the cylinder to to look a little closer. The alignment on the support tabs is not exact, and we have that. It's no big deal, and we didn't expect it to be perfect, but we've got something to work with there. Shims, slots, etc. So going forward, I'd also note that the clutch cover and the inner dog have to be removed to access that. We could change the fasteners and use a hex head bolt on the cylinder head. That's just something to think about. But there's that. Also, would note the pipes where they are at on the saw. We'll set the inner dog up to show you that. So here are the pipes with the dog. In my opinion, and the seller, Rocky Mountain Chainsaw, is going to tell you this. You cut those to whatever length you want, but in order to utilize the dog, the felon spike, if you will, those need to be a little shorter. But at the same time, I personally want to retain a little bit of length there. So we're probably going to take an inch or so off, but still leave enough room to mount a spark arrestor should we want to. So we're probably going to take about an inch off of those pipes at this point, as well as here you can see the clearance between the tab and the oil tank itself. We're not exactly lining up there. It's just something to note. You're going to run into this. And again, I'll state this is the 3 series. Whether or not this is intended for X-Torque or OEM or the OE original edition, I do not know. But anyway, there's where we're at right now, working along. Bolted up. I did have to remove the dogs to do that and the clutch cover. We have a 6.5 mil gap here between the support tabs on the front of the saw. And this is an original edition 50 millimeter cylinder. Okay, so we got that. That's no big deal. That can be shimmed. However, the hole location on the right side is not even close. So I was disappointed with that. The left side, not so bad. That can be slotted, but that is not good. Kind of disappointed in that, but carrying on. So we're setting things up to do our cuts. I've got this measured out to where I want it, and that's again, that is the seller's intentions. There's enough pipe here. You can cut the length however you want it. So I'm getting set up to do my cuts. Also, I'm going to slot these support hangers as well, and go from there. Alright, this is what we ended up with. So if you're thinking about plug and play, this is not plug and play, especially if you're not dealing with a stock saw. That's what I ended up with. This is all stainless hardware.